Welcome to Let's Talk About It, the podcast where we dive into the conversation that matters most. I'm your host, Priscilla Jesman. Join me as we explore, let's talk about it and discuss the insights, challenges, and experiences that shape our lives, from experts' perspective to personal stories. Welcome to the show. Can you please start by telling us a little about yourself?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate hosting me today. My name is Elias Mwaluwanda. I'm a fourth year student at the University of Malawi. I'm doing Bachelor of Arts in Humanities. I'm majoring in philosophy and I'm minoring in public administration. I'm also the president here at the University of Malawi Students Representative Council. I'm the president for the Students Representative Council at the University of Malawi. In short, that's me.
People would like to know, and we would like to know, how have you been according to your education journey since primary and secondary, even at college?
All right. I was born in Rupembe. I come from Rupembe in Karonga district, northern Malawi, in Karonga. So, I emanate from Tayuni village, traditional authority Kyungu. I attended primary school at Rupembe Primary School, and when it comes to my secondary school journey, it's been what a long journey it has been. I went to Rupembe CDSS, Nyungwe CDSS. I went to New Vision Private Secondary School in Lilongwe. I went to Police Secondary School in Zomba. I went to High Profile Private Secondary School in Zomba. So I've been to a lot of secondary schools.
All right.
Yeah, sure. So there was a time when my dad died at some point. So I got adopted by my uncle. So it happened that he used to travel a lot. He is a police officer. Then whenever there is a transfer that could imply that I could change schools as well. Like I will be at a certain school this year. If he gets transferred, then I move away with him. Yeah. Then I go to another school. So that has been the journey like. So, but the last secondary school that made me to be selected to the University of Malawi is Police Secondary School.
Yeah.
So I got 14 points during my MSc. Then I got selected to the University of Malawi.
Okay, so I heard you on your introduction that you are a president.
Yes.
Okay, so how does it feel to be a president at a big college like Chancellor College?
It is exciting, and at the same time, it's challenging to be a president at a big institution like the University of Malawi, formerly Chancellor College. It is fascinating in the sense that you know the pressure of being honored to 11,000 plus students. It's not easy. More especially, I like it when I'm solving other people's problems. So that's why we got into power. But at the same time, it's challenging because people think like you have solutions to everything that they face. Every problem that they face, they believe that you have the solution. So you'll find out that there are some of the issues, like a lot of them, you handle not necessarily all of them. So it's really challenging. And sometimes you face very critical situations that demand your logic, demand your very critical thinking and pure reasoning when it comes to decision making. So it's really challenging. However, it feels great because you become groomed into leadership as to how to become a leader and how to lead people.
Okay. So apart from school, do you work or you just do school? Or do you have a family and work?
I am not married. I'm not married. By the way, I'm 29.
Okay.
I came at the university as grown up, yeah. I'm 29 years old. I joined the Malawi Police Service. I work with the Malawi Police Service.
Okay.
I joined the Malawi Police Service in the year 2017. So it happened that I joined the Malawi Police Service. Then the following year, in 2018, I had to go back to class. So I had to go back to class, and the main idea was I wanted to get to the University of Malawi. And true to my dreams, that's when I got 14 points, and then I applied. For the first time I was left, maybe because of quota system, but the second time when I applied, I got picked. That's where my journey all started at the University of Malawi. I see it like the way how it is when you become a yellow like that. And die.
Okay, that was a great story. So I would like to know, how do you manage your time for administration? Maybe the responsibility, as you said, that is very difficult. As a student, how do you manage the administration and also work together?
That is one of the questions that my friends really ask me, as to how do you manage to be a star performer in class, and at the same time you work, and at the same time you handle issues. Well, firstly, I should say it's the grace of God. The grace of God that gives us wisdom on how best to manage our time. I will tell you that during holidays, I go to work. I thank the management at the Malawi Police Service, because they granted me access that I should go and further my studies at the University of Malawi.
Wow.
Maybe our listeners may wish to know where I work in the Malawi Police Service. I'm a trainer. I'm a trainer based at the Malawi Police College, or other people know it as Zomba Police College.
Okay.
So outside, I teach ethical behavior in law enforcement. So I teach ethical behavior in law enforcement at the police college here in Zomba. So, being someone who is a trainer, it's very important that I should further my studies, because we train senior police officers. Yeah.
Yes.
So now what I do is that during holidays I go to work. But whenever there is a training at police college and there are hours that I demand me to teach, and at the same time when the school session is in progress, I sometimes go that side and teach. But management allowed me to go to school, so I'm at school, I do school. But at the same time, I manage the presidency with the help of my friends. One thing that I've learned so far in leadership is that we must be working as a team. It's really important that one should be working as a team with friends. So, it's the students represent the council. It's not a one-man show. They are friends inside SRC. So we work with those people on how to manage the day-to-day affairs of this council. So, it's all about time management. So we have 24 hours a day. You must know when to do what and when. You must be a disciplined person. That's what matters most.
Wow. So people would like to know, why did you choose to be a president at Chancellor College? Because this is so exciting to know that you're coming from work and then you're a student, you just come, you want to be a president. What makes you to think that you can be a president?
First of all, I should say leadership, it's a calling. It's a calling, and it must also start with an inner conviction. Are you convicted? Do you have the feeling? Do you feel moved inside your heart that you can be a leader to your friends? Because sometimes I can say my friends wanted me to contest, but that may not really justify as to why I contested. But it's an inner conviction and the calling that maybe it's inside me that God called me to serve my colleagues at the University of Malawi. So with the encouragements that I got from my friends, that I think they used to tell me, thanks, we think you can serve us better, you should be our president, you must contest. Then the conception, the perception that people have when they hear that someone is a police officer. You see? So people were like, some were saying, we don't want a police officer to be our president, this and that. But you know what? We made history. We made history because I am the first ever the serving Malawi police officer to be elected president at the University of Malawi.
Wow.
You see? So I won the elections with a landslide, 4,403 votes versus 1 point something that my colleague got.
Okay.
You see? So it's all about the trust that people have in you to become a president and to become their leader. And I believe that time has come now that it doesn't necessarily mean who's what profession someone is, but we must be looking at the capabilities. Is that person capable? Is that person capable of doing the great things that we want them to do? So that's what I can say.
Okay. So despite that the person is capable, one might ask, when you were thinking of being a president, there has to be a reason. There has to be a vision. Maybe you had a vision that if I become a president, I'll do this. What were you thinking at that time?
All right. What motivated me most is the welfare of students. Firstly, it's the welfare of students. I looked at a bigger picture to say there are a lot of people who are struggling at the University of Malawi. Despite that the government of Malawi gives loans to these students, but still more there are some who are left who are not on loans. So my focus would say, okay, despite that I was doing initiatives to bail out those who were struggling already when I was not president, but I thought that when I may become a president, I may do more than what I was doing at that particular time. And true to my words, I can tell you that during my tenure in office, I planned that I may lobby with government to say the upkeep that students receive at the university must increase. I can confidently say here publicly without fear of contradiction that I am part of the team that made the state president Dr. Chakwera, and we negotiated with him to increase the upkeep from 350 to 560,000 where it is now. You see, the second thing that motivated me is the sour relationship that was there between administration and university students, the students at the University of Malawi. So it happened that, maybe you used to hear about that, Chanko demonstrating now and then, the school is closed. So I was like, what is the problem? So what can we do? So I was like, maybe it's something to do with the students' leadership. So I promised myself to say, when I get into power, we'll try to solve issues amicably so that people should go to university and finish their degrees within the proposed time frame. I'll tell you that previously people did not have in mind the 4-year program, finishing their programs within the 4 years or 5 years if it's an honors. So because of demonstrations and the likes. So I can tell you that I wanted to build peace between the university management and students, and I can assure you that during my tenure there is no single day where students have ever demonstrated. Not that there were no reasons for demonstrations, they were there, but we opted for a long discussion with management. So that's what we've been doing so far. Wow,
that's so amazing. You handled it well. So people would like to know how if there were any challenges when you were elected, like there were elections. So there are some people who may talk a lot of things about you. Maybe you can't do it, you can't what. How did you manage to deal with all those things?
One thing that I can say is every time where there is leadership, where there is a leader, there will be criticisms. There will be people who will be expecting you to fall. Those people who just wait the day you make a mistake and then they laugh at you and they should be saying, we knew it. This will happen. So challenges are there in government, sabotage is there. You find that there are people, maybe some people you work with, they will try to sabotage your leadership. Then there will be some trying to frustrate your plans and the likes. All those things, we encounter them. But what matters most is you being focused, going and moving forward towards the vision. So that's what helped me a lot, despite the challenges that were there at times, maybe the administration not necessarily granting our wishes, our requests that students were interested in, but still more we could negotiate and made some issues pass, some failed, but still more we made progress.
Wow, that's good. So how can you make other students like youth on colleges, how can you tell them kuti mwina akhale olimba mtima like asama khaleni mantha when comes on issue ya leadership. Mungauze chani?
All right, let me start by saying mostly people, when we talk about university politics or campus politics, people think that one must have money, must have what, but no, that's not the issue. But to me, what matters most is the social capital. First of all, a person must have social capital. Make a good relationship between yourself and the people. Secondly, you should have the passion, you should have a vision. What difference will you make when you get into office? Now, when it comes to those who may have ambitions to become leaders or to take leadership positions, but now they are afraid or they are distracted by what people say, they should. What I can tell them is they should not at any point in time be demotivated by what others say about them. Never ever in life allow someone to define who you are. You can make it in life. Those comments, sentiments that may pull them down, they must ignore them and keep focused on their goal. And one day they will testify to the goodness of the Lord and to the goodness of being focused. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe there is something that we didn't talk about here. You can add anything that you feel that this is important for me to share with the audience.
All right. One thing that I would like to say is my journey from secondary school to the university, it hasn't been an easy one. One thing that I always say to fellow youths in Malawi, those people I chat with, I tell them to say, sometimes your future may look proud. You may look like you are lost. You may look like everything is not working. And never ever give up. Never ever think like you can't do anything in life. You can do it. Look, there was a time when I was at secondary school, when my dad passed on, when mom was struggling with me, raising me up. There was a time when the church made contributions. I belong to the CCB. When the church made contributions for my school fees, you may look at that. But today, what is it that I'm saying? Today, I am the president at the University of Malawi. Today, I'm working with the Malawi Police Service. Today, I'm an inspector at the Malawi Police Service. Today, I'm a trainer at the Malawi Police Service. Wow. It is a journey in life. Life is a journey. No matter how many problems one may face, there is light at the end of the tunnel. What one has to do is that they just need to be focused on their goals and never allowed to be distracted by whatever perilous moments that they may pass through.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Let's Talk About It. Thank you, Mr. Thanks, for sharing your expertise. You can find this episode on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you. Bye-bye.